Ever questioned why, in a world that's relentlessly advancing, the stigma attached to depression remains unyieldingly steadfast? Despite our advancements in various areas, our outlook on depression remains stuck in an archaic mindset. We can discuss physical health problems like cancer or heart disease, but talking about depression is difficult. It shows how mental health awareness is still shrouded in misunderstanding and denial. Welcome to the third chapter of Depression Unveiled, where we delve into the challenge of breaking the stigma. Stigma, in the context of depression, often manifests as a mark of disgrace, signifying difference and brokenness. It's not merely a term, but a gloomy shadow over those grappling with this mental affliction. This stigma doesn't just label individuals, but separates them, creating a heart-rending rift between them and society. Depression is a burden, a force dragging one into the depths of desolation. The stigma amplifies this hardship, forming an invisible, tangible wall separating the individual from the world. This is not a trivial social awkwardness, but a serious matter affecting personal lives on multiple levels. When stigmatized, individuals are often perceived as less, broken, or flawed. They're seen as weak and undeserving of compassion. This ingrained societal view weakens their self-esteem and self-worth. This stigma also impedes the quest for help. It breeds fear, causing hesitation in seeking required assistance due to fear of judgment or rejection. Often, individuals prefer suffering silently rather than facing potential shame from revealing their struggle. It's critical to grasp the destructive impact of this stigma, but even more so to recognize our power to change this narrative, shifting societal views and fostering a more empathetic world for those battling depression. This perception can create a significant barrier for those struggling with the illness and seeking help. Let's consider the story of Maria. Maria, a vibrant, strong-willed woman, found herself trapped in the darkness of depression in her late 20s, a time when life should be in full bloom, yet she was grappling with a torment she couldn't comprehend. Fear of judgment and misunderstanding imprisoned her, forcing Maria to conceal her struggle. Her heavy silence isolated her, intensifying her pain. She felt solely alone, as though she were the only one dealing with such profound sadness, crippling loneliness. Then, on an ordinary day, she found the courage to confide in a friend. Her heart pounded as she shared her internal battle, her fear palpable. But her friend didn't recoil. Instead, she received kindness, empathy, and heartfelt support, the pang of understanding Maria had desperately yearned for. This act of compassion marked a turning point, the first step in Maria's difficult journey of overcoming the crippling stigma associated with her depression. This small act of understanding was the first step in Maria's journey of overcoming the stigma associated with her depression. Stereotypes play a significant role in perpetuating stigma, particularly in the realm of mental health. They simplify people's identities, reducing them to harmful caricatures. Take, for example, the stereotype of someone with depression. Often they are labeled lazy or weak, affecting how society perceives them. This image is not only incorrect but harmful, fostering ignorance and stigmatizing those who are struggling. It trivializes their pain and feeds into a culture of misunderstanding, making it harder for those affected to seek help. To counteract this, we need to challenge these stereotypes. It's not just about righting a misconception, it's about promoting acceptance and empathy. This involves fostering a culture of understanding, not stigmatization. It requires educating ourselves about mental health conditions, listening to those living with them, and treating their experiences with the respect they deserve. Challenging these stereotypes is a vital step towards fostering a deeper understanding of the illness. To combat stigma, we need to facilitate public education, promote open dialogue, and spread accurate information about depression. It's an illness that impacts millions worldwide, irrespective of age, status, ethnicity, or faith. The stigma attached often discourages individuals from seeking help. The fear of judgment, ridicule, or ostracization for mental health struggles is a barrier we need to eradicate. Education, dialogue, and correct data can help shatter these obstacles. By enlightening the public on the real nature of depression, we can counteract many misconceptions that feed stigma. Open discussions can regularize mental health conversations, easing the path for those in need to speak up. Trustworthy, precise information is vital to counteract stereotypes and misinformation about depression. Through these methods, we can nurture understanding, empathy, and acceptance, thereby lessening the stigma. Groups like the National Alliance on Mental Illness and the Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance are trailblazers in these efforts. Their relentless actions involve advocacy, public awareness drives, support groups, and educational seminars. Indeed, organizations like the National Alliance on Mental Illness and the Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance are doing incredible work in these areas. In conclusion, breaking the stigma around depression is a task of critical importance. It's a mission for society to create an environment of acceptance and empathy. Here, individuals like our protagonist Maria, struggling with their internal battles, can courageously seek assistance. We aim to create a world where people such as Maria don't have to hide their feelings or pretend to be strong when they're falling apart. A world where judgment and misunderstanding due to their struggle are replaced with acceptance and compassion. This world, although idealistic, is achievable through education and understanding of mental health issues, including depression. Depression isn't a choice, it's a distressing intruder causing chaos in lives it touches. It's a silent battle, often misinterpreted laziness or a lack of will. But with empathy and understanding, we can change this view. We need to nurture empathy and understanding for those facing an unseen adversary. It's about generating awareness and educating ourselves to recognize the signs and to offer help. Because at the end of the day, our understanding and support can be the light at the end of the tunnel for someone living in the throes of depression. We invite you to share your thoughts. Let's foster a supportive community. Until next time, remember, no one fights alone.